I'll call this meeting of the Finance Committee to order. The date is March 14th. The time is 3 o'clock. In attendance today, we have Alderman Tolliver, Alderman Bade, Alderman Warman, Alderman Bug, and myself, Alderman Franco. First item is approval of the minutes, 24-0147, approval of the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting held on Thursday, February 29, 2024.
So
Do we have a
moved.
motion? We have a motion by Alderwoman Bade, second by Alderman Bug. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Madam Clerk, anybody from the public wishing to speak?
We do not have anyone signed up to speak.
Thank you. Next item is 24-0084, a resolution to accept additional monies received from the Corridor Improvements Grant and award those monies to Scientel Solutions LLC, 2021 North Yellow Road, Aurora, for an amount not to exceed $251,592.15.
Good afternoon, Chairman Franco, members of the committee, Jeff Anderson, Deputy CIO. Back in 2021, we applied for the Corridor Improvements Grant after some situations happened downtown and many cities around the country. We did receive that grant. We're notified of that in 2023. The gap there, we all know prices went up, all of this. And so the gap from the time when we got the quotes, we applied for the grant, what we were looking for, and then the price has gone up. So we had two choices, right, which was either cut some of the things back or we went and go ask. So we went and asked again, and they said, sure, right? So the DCEO came back and granted us the extra $251,000 there. So same equipment, same services, everything that had been previously awarded by council. It's just that it's more money now, right? The cost of the goods and services have gone up.
So obviously, the most important point there in our world is that we pay nothing. 100% is funded by a grant.
That's correct.
Questions or comments from the committee?
Yes.
Alderman Bug? Sorry.
Thank you. Mr. Anderson, I'm going to renew my question from 3 years ago, but I'm going to change it a little bit. So what we talked about 3 years ago, of course, with these cameras and them going across the city, and the police came back with an answer, basically that, this was not going to be divulged where the cameras go, basically. But we also talked about the coverage of the city, and we had hoped, I believe the Alderwoman to my left, if we got more money, then the coverage would cover, of course, more areas, and we were hoping on that. So my request, and I understand the police and safety and all of that, I would ask our police if we could at least get the wards that the camera is going to go in, and that would be a much, of course, larger area, wouldn't be a specific area, but kind of give us an idea of where they're going to go. And in the future, if we did get more money along these lines, possibly where the future cameras could go. So that's it.
Great question, Alderman. And I remember that discussion when we were downstairs then, if I remember right? And the way this grant was set up, there were specific zip codes where they were eligible for, right? So we can come back with those and we can translate those into wards.
Okay.
If you would like that, we can probably even get that in the resolution as well, if that would help. Or we can do that if that's necessary. So yeah, I remember that discussion was why was it in these areas that were so close to downtown, and that's why they had to qualify. They had to be, have the incidents, or if you will, happen in those areas, and that's what it was for.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That would be a great
Yeah.
start, and
those may even be in the previous two resolutions. I'll look those up for sure. Okay. So what zip codes were qualifying?
Any other questions or comments from the committee? We had motion by Alderman Warman, second by Alderwoman Bade. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is 24-0138, a resolution authorizing Crawford, Murphy, and Tilly to provide professional engineering services to update the city's water distribution system hydraulic model in amount not to exceed $200,000.
Good afternoon, Bob Lively, Superintendent of Water Production. Yeah, so this request seeks City Council approval for CMT to provide professional engineering services to update the city's water distribution system hydraulic model. The proposal is for a time and expense amount of $200,000 not to exceed. That equates to 1,124 man-hours of CMT's time to complete that project. The existing hydraulic model was originally developed by Crawford Murphy and Tilley for the city in 1996, and there have been 2 updates since then, one in 2005 and one in 2016. With the numerous changes that take place constantly with the city, that puts different dynamics and different conditions on the distribution system. Water demands change in the pressure zones, their infrastructure updates, and so in order for the model to produce accurate results, they have to be updated. And so what is a hydraulic model? It's basically a customized software program that contains background information on the actual layout of the distribution system. It knows where all the tanks are, where all the water mains are, and things like that. So anytime water mains get updated, replaced, that affects the performance of the model. It's a brand. The software is called Water Gems. That's just a professional hydraulic model software package. Some of the things that I mentioned before, some of the things that water modeling can help do is determine water age in the water system also. As the system grows, water age changes, so we don't want water age to be excessively high because that can affect water quality. Again, it helps to right-size construction for putting in water mains to extend the system. We don't want those water mains to obviously be too small, and we don't want them to be too large. We want them to be right-sized, and that model helps figure that out. Some of the real-world examples for Aurora where that type of situation would be used would be like the Fox Valley Mall development or Del Webb, things like that. So, and I'm just kind of taking the point on this. This request came through from Ken to get this done this year. So it needs to be updated because, again, some of the conclusions and the results from it can be caveated. And so I want to get that updated.
So we could assume, basically, since it's about an 8 to 10 year gig, that this is something we're probably going to see, periodically because of things changing. This is going to be the norm, which it makes sense going forward, since it kind of falls in that timeline anyway from the beginning.
Yeah, as long as the water distribution system continues to
Evolve.
be modified and change in any number of aspects. Yeah.
Any other questions, comments from the council? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to.
We have a motion
Second.
by Alderwoman Bay, second by Alderman Bug. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else to come before the Finance Committee
Motion
today?
to adjourn.
So we have nothing else to come. We have a motion to adjourn by Alderwoman Bay, second by Alderman Warman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we are adjourned at 3:07. You're welcome, Mr. Attorney.